Hello everyone, my name is Thiago and today we're going to talk about how to make sure your product is fit for purpose. And to do this video, I'm more than happy to have my friend Guilherme Guit here joining me today. Hey Guit, what's up man?
Hey, hello guys. So I'm glad to be here with you today. So I'm Guilherme. I work in France right now. I'm a Brazilian and working in ADO as an agile expert.
Awesome, great. So we're going to talk about a framework which is called fit for purpose. And I mean Git, I'll let you start. What is fit for purpose, this framework?
So it's a great question, Thiago. What is fit for purpose? Fit for purpose is a framework, by the way, created by Alexei and David Anderson. Both are the reference in Kanban community. Both started with Kanban Method, creating the structure, the body of knowledge of Kanban Method. And right now they create a new book called Fit for Purpose that is based on this framework that we are going to talk about today. And what is very interesting, because Fit for Purpose, it's focused how you're going to find why customers choose you. But I think, Thiago, it's the best way to understand what is fit for purpose. I would say, what's the problem fit for purpose is trying to solve?
Cool.
So could you tell us, please?
Yeah, sure, bro. So I think it is mainly helping businesses to have a system to better understand their customers, right? Because it will help you open your eyes and think the strategy you were thinking is maybe not the same thing that is making customers come over to your company, your product, or your service. And I think there's other three problems that it's solving as well. The second one would be to help to understand their metrics, because the moment you ask in a company to see their KPIs, for example, you get flooded with metrics.
Yeah.
And the KPI actually turns down to lose the purpose, because when everything is important, nothing is important. So the word key from PI lose completely its purpose.
Yeah.
The third thing, I think it helped businesses to dig deep, because it is not this formula and apply this to your company and it will be magic. No, you have to think. It will not give you all the answers, but it will help you think on the right questions for you to answer based on your reality. And what I think is most incredible is how you can do this in an evolutionary way. And the fourth one is that it will help you to improve the organization with your teams in a way that the teams will better understand why they are doing something, or even they will poke the management saying, why are we doing something, So to help connecting the strategy to the operations, and also can be a great support. For example, if you're using OKRs on your company, it can help you a lot to define the OKR. So that's another problem that it solves. And it is really useful also if you have a UX or UX research or innovation team around, because it will open a whole new horizon in front of this, in front of their eyes. I think that's the problems it solves pretty much. But how does it solve it? So what is inside? Could you please tell me?
Yeah, I would say that fit for purpose, they have like different components inside the framework. The first one and most evident one, it's like all the products has a design, an implementation, and a service delivery. The design part is like what you wish for your product or service to be done. So it's your imagination, what you are talking about with your customers. So it's like, for example, in a pizzeria, that's an example in the book. It's like saying, I want like fresh ingredients, I want a gourmet service, I want to guarantee there is a oven, wooden fired. So this is a kind of design things. So I'm thinking about what I want to do. And the second one is the implementation. It's like how I'm going to do this in practice. So I need a different type of staff or location or tables or stuff like that in this example of a pizzeria. And the third one is the service delivery. The service delivery is like how your customer is perceiving your service. So what kind of contact and what kind of thresholds they have based upon that. Means like when I call to the pizzeria, how much time I have to call. When I call you, how much time I receive my pizza. It's warm or not. So which are the criteria of this service delivery? So this is it's a big thing in fit for purpose. a second part that is very important in fit for purpose, because if you understand these components, we need to understand how we can measure them, because this is how I can create the KPIs, other stuff. But Thiago, I would like to ask you how fit for purpose understand metrics for corporations and products and services.
Basically, it categorizes metrics into 4 kinds of metrics. There are the KPIs, there are the health indicators, there are the improvement drivers, and there are the vanity metrics. You know, so the KPIs is to measure why people are coming to you. You know, so this is the KPI. This is the key performance indicator. Let me give you an example. Let's say, so for the KPI, let's say you, I don't know, I have a company that is on the food sector, right? And we have a specific niche that is vegetarians or vegan. So the KPI for us is make sure that the quality of our products, on the specifications of our product, the percentage of meat is equal to 0. This is a fitness criteria related to quality. The KPI for that would be 0% of meat on your products. These KPIs, they may change regarding the customer segment you're facing, okay?
Yeah, completely.
So if you have a different line of customers, if you're in a company that provides foods both for vegetarians and for people that eat meat, the fitness criteria or the KPI won't be the same.
For that, it's like you have a cross metric regarding this. It's like healthy food. Could be a common criteria for the both products that you are offering for the market, but you want to be healthy and you want that maybe your customer receive on time in their home, for example, this food.
Then you have the improvement drivers and the health metrics. The health metrics is the one that you are not going to often, but they are showing if your business is healthy or not.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, that you have the, I don't know, the amount of fat in your products should be between a range, because otherwise your customers won't buy from you because the product's not as healthy as they expect. If you realize that standards for the quality of the products you're selling, they are not in a good shape, you can set that as an improvement driver. So for example, you have to improve the amount of fat in your products to be lower than X, and you're going to use that metric to track progress. So it's interesting how you can play with these different kinds of metrics, but there's also, for example, margin, revenue, and all the things that are showing either that you are progressing in something that you need to progress, or if something that you are measuring from time to time to make sure you are still in the level that is healthy for the business. And the fourth one is the vanity metrics. So is that metric that makes you feel really good. It makes you feel really good, but it's not at all actionable. Let's say you have a website, and this website you have 30 million visitors per month. However, you have a bounce rate of 99%. So there's not much people staying on your website. It's just making you feel good. Figuring out these metrics is already a bunch of work. But once you figure it out, how do you know that your metrics are either healthy, either improving, or if it's really your KPI? And Git, I'd like you to tell us how can we do this assessment with fit for purpose, with this framework?
Yeah, I would say like it's a continual challenge to understand why your customer is choosing you. So this will be continuing over time, and this will give you feedback regarding how you can assess and also understand your metrics. And fit for purpose promote 2 ways. So you have mostly the narratives. Narratives mean I go to my front line, who is in touch with my customer, and I try to understand how customer behave. This is more, I would say, person-to-person discussion, and also it's very interesting and important in terms of business. But the second one is a more, I would say, data-driven way, that is fit for purpose score and cards. The fit for purpose card, it's like a form, a survey, a specific format of survey that you can ask for your customer why you choose my product or service. And this survey, you are going to find the purpose of your customers, why they are choosing you, and how much they are satisfied with your service. So from 0 to 5 is the scale, and also why they are putting like 3 or 5. So if I'm totally satisfied or over satisfied about my service, why I put this number. So this will come for the server part. And after the customer fulfill this, you are able to get this data and try to find what are the common purpose that could drive possible customer segments. So we will find like 3, 4 or more customer segments that today your product is serving them. And of course, maybe all of these customer segments are not your target as a customer, but they are using your product. I mean, you can check like what you designed it for, and people are satisfied about that. Some people are using your product, they are not really satisfied, but they also was not your first target. And fit for purpose promotes to you a way to assess that visually. So imagine a graph when you have your target and non-target customer segments and how they are satisfied or not. And based on that, you can try to look what kind of strategy. You need to amplify them, you need to try to not overreach, you need to maybe explore more new customer segments. So the fit for purpose framework will give you an idea what you can do.
Awesome. UX folks, does it ring a bell when you're talking about qualitative and quantitative research? So you get to have some insights and also some quantitative stuff for you to decide what you're going to do next.
And also what is important that you said, it's like with box score in fit for purpose, you have the ability to see the quantitative part of your purpose of your customers based on your segments. And also you can grab the narrative, the qualitative part, to analyze this customer segment, you see. So this the both parts. It's a very complementary approach regarding NPS. So I would say like you can give really good insights regarding how your customer are using your product, you mean.
And that's a really good thing you brought about NPS, because NPS are known for giving just a number to tell you are people satisfied or not. And if you're somebody from UX, I'm sure you already heard Jared Spool talking about metrics give you shit. Because the problem is when you have just the metric, it doesn't tell you the why, right? So you need to do lots of research to understand it. And that's the problem between quotes for the NPS, because it just gives you like 67 okay or 13 okay, but why?
This is the most important part of fit for purpose, because you can understand really why your customer choose you. Don't forget about that. This is the most important key point of fit for purpose.
As for this video, we have a structure, right? We're starting telling what is fit for purpose, then what is inside of it, what is the structure, how are the components, service design, service design implementation, and service delivery, then the different kinds of metrics, and then the fit for purpose score and the fit for purpose card. But this is something that if you want, you can start by the end. You can just take this survey, apply on your product service. I mean, let's say you take the last 100 persons that bought. You're gonna send this research for them, and then you're gonna do the exercise and try to take a look on your metrics, on your fitness criteria, and how your product or service is being designed and implemented or delivered for the customer based on the information, the data that you have out of this survey.
Interesting about to start with the front line and talk with your customers and trying to do the survey. It's very interesting because normally what we see is like people are measuring health metrics, not normally the fitness criteria. And this gives a new vision how your product is performing, you see. So I feel that it's the metric parts of fit for purpose, it's really, really powerful.
Yeah, and what you said made me remember, because we were discussing before starting the video about the AARR framework that's saying like the metrics for acquisition, activation, retention, referrals, and revenue. If not in this order, please correct me. There's also the AIDA, which is awareness, interests, desire, and action. All of this are not talking specifically about the fitness criteria.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, the secret sauce that Fit for Purpose has that is missing on some other frameworks, because you are addressing directly what is fit for purpose for your targeted audience. We're going to add in the description of the links, of course, for you to buy the book, and also if you want to see some videos. And I think we can go and talk a little bit about some use case, some real life use case that people use, that people who applied fit for purpose on their business, and what was the result that they had, right? What do you think?
Yeah,
man?
it's a great idea, of course.
Cool.
And I would say like so I begin to manage like a service inside ADO right now, and I had the experience to say, okay, what could be my design implementation and also my service delivery about this service that I'm managing. And inside this service, exists like a tool, a SaaS tool that can help part of the job, I would say. And it's interesting because since I begin to implement something in some teams regarding the method and also the tool, what is very interesting that I try to use like the fit for purpose card to try to understand the purpose of my potential customers that using my service, my internal service in my company, I would say.
That's cool, because it is not just useful for you to use for external customers, but for internal customers as well, right?
Because in the end, it's like I have a service in my the company that I'm working for, and this service is trying to fulfill a purpose of someone, and then you are able to understand how they are perceiving your service. You mean? So this is very powerful, and also understand like points of leverage that you didn't see before, or how you need to improve like center types of activities that was done in the beginning. So it's very powerful and give you a different insight, I would say.
They got to increase the revenue of the pizzeria by just arranging some desserts on the menu, because the desserts was the part that the owner had the most expectations and the customers didn't care at all. So by just tweaking this part, they could progress a lot on the revenue for the pizzeria, and also reduce the operation cost and the rate of product being wasted. So I think this is a really great use case that you guys can see on the link on the description. Yeah. And it is also useful, for example, myself, when I'm giving some keynotes, I'm starting to use and to apply that after the keynotes for the participants. So based on the content that they were there to see, how am I grading, right? So how is my service delivery for them in their perspective? This is something interesting you can use. For example, last video we talked about workshops, and if you did not see, I created a framework, so please go there and take a look just after this video. And also you can subscribe to this channel and add your comment down below. But the thing is, after you run your workshop, for example, you can and you should, for example, apply the fit for purpose. 1 minute, 2 minutes, people can answer the survey, and for you it will provide great amount of data. Yeah. So thank you very much, Gwit, for being here with us. I'm going to add the link for you to subscribe on Gwit's brand new YouTube channel right away, so please do it.
Thanks so much, Thiago. It was a pleasure to be here with you.
Awesome. And for you, if we'd love to know what was the part that you felt most interested of, and for us to do another video or more content regarding that.
To go in deep, right?
Yeah, we can go deeper, because it is a really complex topic that we tried to simplify a little bit here for you. So please add down below on the comment which are the part that you have some question, what's the thing that, I mean, you would like to have another kind of explanation because it's not that clear for you, and we'll be more than happy to come back, answer you, and maybe even do another video about it.
Completely.
Thank you very much, guys, and see you on the next one.
See you guys.
Peace.